Hey guys, we're Web Tech 21. My name is Marcus. And then we got Ricky and then Nohela. Today we decided to design the escape room vault PHP. So the objective is for this game is a PHP vault and escape room where players must solve a series of three unique puzzles to unlock doors and be able to find a way to escape it. Each puzzle of the escape room is validated by PHP form. Validation and handling errors and user our progress is stored by sessions. The project game features will include smooth transitions and expressive animations. So our Scrum method consists of initiations, having a group meeting and assign the plan phase, and then we have the planning actual phase, conversing over the flow of the project, explaining core concepts we need, and then it goes down to the implementation stage. Each member was assigned to do each code core concept outline and delivering results, pushing them via GitHub. And then trickling down to the reviewing stage, members are able to communicate recent and finalized changes, checking bugs and debugging in order to run efficiently. Lastly, releasing it. Team leader is able to host the code base on COD server to finalize visualizations. Running down to the UML diagram, we have first off the intro, which is the team info, and then it goes to the authentication page where um, users' names, ID, and password are stored. Going to the home page where user are able to start the game. Then goes to the riddle, the first riddle or the game. Then goes to the second riddle or game, game two, and the emoji riddle. And then lastly, it will display the result on the screen.
All right, so to start things off, we had our sign up PHP. This PHP script gives a basic rundown of how to create a session and inputting valid input fields. This ensures that the user can log in and have their progress saved. And something that we also implemented was when the input fields are empty, the user tries to log in. If it's empty, then it will prompt the user to try again because it is needed to log in. So there has to be valid input before proceeding.
So this part of the code is the home page, and this is the styling of it. In this code, there's the body, which includes pretty much a full background image, which is a GIF, and this makes the content centered in the center of the page. There is this like vault image that plays at the beginning and fades in by gradually decreasing the opacity from 1 to 0. There's also a fade in effect for the second background, which is the door.gif that goes from the opacity of 0 to 1. At media, which applies the styling to like devices that meet the condition, such as the width. This is the PHP part of the home page, and this is a snippet of the code, and this part of the code starts at a session and sets a timer to track the time used. It states the game title and instructions, and then there's a form that lets users start a new game by clicking the lock button, and if the user has a game like started, they can resume the previous game.
All right, so going to the actual first puzzle, puzzle one. So this is kind of the code snippet of the actual back end of the how puzzle one operates. The first is kind of like giving a conditional statement of the session starting time and displaying the actual time itself from the UI standpoint. And then obviously there's a lot more conditional statements that checking up on the current level and then the hints are being used depending on if the user is able to use the hint or not. And then towards the bottom is more of the actual request and post method. So if the user is able to send in the answer and the answer is correct and everything like that, it will basically return successful, true. So it will redirect it to the second actual game. If not, then we'll be able to try it again, so on and so on. So a close snippet of the puzzle one CSS. Also we have the body itself like that. The text alignment is obviously in the center because we want to create a center box. The container for it, the inputs for the text, the padding, width, border radius, kind of making it more user friendly and everything like that. Yeah.
All right, so here we have our Puzzle 2 PHP code snippet. This PHP script runs a word scramble game using session management to track the game progress. It starts by checking the timer session from the first game and then runs random word that is in the system already and scrambles it. So if we look down here where the words are, it picks one of these words: planet, castle, garden, puzzle, or rocket, and then it scrambles the word um, in order to have the puzzle. So when the player like guesses the problem correct, it will send the user to the next game. But if it doesn't, it will prompt the user to try again. There's also a hint system where if the user clicks the hint button, it gives them the hint of what like where is it of what it is and like how it functions. Um, it just displays a clue, and then the game is controlled by sessions, so tracking progress progression is also available. So here is just the body CSS for the puzzle 2. It's just basic. There's a background image of a GIF of a puzzle, and then everything is aligned to the center, and then there's a game box, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
So this is like the styling of Puzzle 3, and this pretty much just includes a background image called stage. It also like centers the content of the game, like it centers it in the middle of the page. And the dot curtain GIF class is pretty much creating an overlay effect for where every emoji, new puzzle, the GIF like fades out. It also showcases the colors like of the incorrect answers in red, and if they are correct, it showcases them in green. This is the PHP part of Puzzle 3, and this snippet of the code includes the main function reset puzzle, which pretty much picks a new emoji puzzle and resets the attempts after the user uses all of the attempts for the previous emoji, or when the user gets like the emoji right and prepares for new guesses. It also includes session tracking, which pretty much tracks the puzzle completion attempts, whether the puzzle is over. It also includes game flow, which is managing both the first time a puzzle is loaded, and also when a new puzzle is requested after finishing the one prior.
All right, so here we have our result PHP. This script runs at the end of the game, and it just displays the user's final stats. So the user completes the game room, and then it calculates like how many hints they used, how much time they took to play the game, and how many puzzles they solve. The final score is rounded up to the base of 100, but 5 points is subtracted if you use a hint like every time. And then the session ends with a session destroy, which clears all of the stored data. And then when you click the start again game portion, it will just destroy everything and then restart the game, restart the time. So here is our demonstration for the game. So here we have our intro HTML. It's just basic project introduction, our team leader, our project description, which is just features a virtual game room that is developed by PHP. Players solve a series of word and logic problems to unlock doors and advance through levels. It uses PHP as a form of validation. It uses session tracking and dynamic gameplay without using any JavaScript. So there is zero JavaScript within this project. Here are our team members: Marcus, Ricky Tran and Nohala, and what we did for our portion of the project. So we all had puzzle creation, and then we all did different parts of the project as well. And then when you click this button down here, it leads us to the sign up page. So to start things off, when you click uh, user, when you click no inputs, it says the user has to log in. So it forces the user to log in. But then when you do test, it will prompt the user in. It validates the forms and allows the user to go in, and leads us to the index PHP, which is just the home screen. Here are the basic like prompt and rules that starts the PHP vault, and then down here is our button that starts the game. So click here, we would start the new game, and then it leads us to the first puzzle. So when you refresh the page, since we're using PHP and zero JavaScript, the only way of checking how much time you use is by refreshing the page. And if when you see here, every single time I refresh the page, the timer goes up, which indicates how much time I am taking to do the puzzle. So here's the first puzzle, which is a riddle. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? If somebody didn't know the answer, they would click get hint. You make them when you walk. So I would think this is footsteps. And then when you click submit, it tells you you're correct and then leads you to the next page instantly. So the timer still continues when I'm moving on to the next puzzle. So right now I am taking a minute to do this challenge. And then we have our anagram puzzle, which is just unscrambling. So if I didn't know what this was, I would get the hint. And is a fortified residence, often medieval. So this I would think would be castle. And then when I click submit, I get the correct answer. And then it would tell me to go to the next puzzle, which leads me to puzzle 3, the PHP, which is guessing the movie based on the emoji. So there's a lion and a crown. So I would think this would be Lion King. And then for puzzle 3, you have to do 2 puzzles or 2 guesses. So in order to pass this stage, you would have to guess twice for 2 different emoji puzzles. So this one would be Fast and Furious, and then it would lead you to the result PHP, which congratulates you and tells you that you escaped and how much time you took and how many hints you used and the final score. And that is pretty much it. And then when you click play again, it leads you back to the home page, and you can click on start game, and then the time would restart and you could try to beat your time. That is pretty much it for our project. I'm joined by Marcus and Nohela, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.